see what we ought to do. Let's start with the bridges. I think we'll get people up and moving and build the bridges, just to get you into thinking spatially and putting pieces together. So one of the most fundamental concepts in construction and architecture and engineering is the arch. Okay? And usually I ask kids, so what kind of arches do you see? And the two answers I get are the golden arches of McDonald's, and if they know any big arch, they know the St. Louis Gateway Arch. Okay? And I say, well, if you look at a lot of old bridges, you'll see that the openings under the bridges are arches. And have you ever heard of the term keystone? Have you heard of the term keystone? Arches are held together by gravity, and in order for the arch to be self-supporting, there's usually an angle that looks like an inverted pyramid stone at the center that you'll see over at the very top of the arch. And that's as the weights come in from the sides and they meet and join, they lock into that keystone and keep the bridge, keep it self-supported. And it's held together by gravity. In fact, the way that the ancients built arches was they would build scaffolding in the shape of the arch, cut the stone and lay the stone in on top of the scaffolding, and then knock the scaffolding away, and then the stone would settle into the form of an arch. Okay? So they're held together by gravity. They're exceptionally strong. The way that they work is that the weight that's put on top of the arch, whether it's a bridge or an aqueduct, is supported by the arch, and the loads or the forces move in compression, so the materials are compressed or squeezed down the sides of the arch to the abutments or the foundations on either side of the thing the bridge is spanning. Either side of the river, either side of the road, other side of the canyon, whatever it's spanning. If you know the bridge that's over Black Canyon that was finished a few years ago for Interstate 11, it's just downstream of Hoover Dam, it's a composite concrete and steel bridge, but its primary support is an arch. That's what holds that bridge up. Okay? The road deck's on top of it. There are descenders that come down from the level road deck onto the arch, and then the weight of that road deck is supported on the arch. The arch takes the loads to the abutments on either side of the canyon. Okay? So, a friend of mine, Richard Williams.
Different Richard Williams than the one we have here.
There's tall Richard Williams who works here, and there is much shorter Richard Williams who I met in about 5 or 6 years ago when he came and did a STEM outreach at the College of Engineering. And like I do when I see someone that's productive and innovative, I shamelessly threw myself at him, which I do. Dave's straight, don't worry. But I shamelessly threw myself at him and said, I'd like to work with you because I like what you're doing. And he was very willing to work with me on expanding this. So he got this off the internet from a site called ShopBot. And the ShopBot site, so ShopBot sells power tools to hobbyists, including a 4 foot by 8 foot computer controlled router. So it's a router blade, it's like a drill bit, goes down and moves under computer control and cuts out parts. Yeah. And the ShopBot one was this little bridge that was about 5 links, 4 or 5 links, and maybe 1.5 feet high. I thought, well, that's kind of cool, but if anything's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. And so Richard and I began to work on a way to make the bridge be about 5.5 feet high and look like a real arch that could be put together as both a team exercise and as an exercise in engineering. And we do this as an exercise in mathematics and geometry. So we have students measure this arch during its construction and then compare the measurements to the mathematical formula that are used for sections of a circle. So we teach that as a high school class. And it's tool-free design. And so what I'm going to do, so I'll have Trenchia, why don't I have you work with Scylla? Is it Scylla or Scylla?
Scylla.
Scylla, have you work with Scylla. Desi, I'm going to have you work with Mike. And then work together. And we're gonna build these, and so every team needs 2 bundles of these notched parts, 1 bundle of the parts without notches. Okay. And we'll build 3 bridges, and I think we'll be able to fit 2 in here and maybe 1 over there. We'll see what we can do. So one team will be building here, one team will be building there, and then Gerard and I, Gerard, maybe you and I will try to build over on that side. Okay. And then once everybody has your parts and you have them unstrapped, we will, I'll show you how to initiate the build of the bridge. Okay. So come on up. So, Sola and Trencia, take these, and why don't you set yourselves up over here? Desi and Gerard, ready? Okay, good.
Doing his
Is it Richard,
calisthenics.
is that right? Mike. Sorry, bad memory. All right, Desi and Mike have got those, and then Gerard and I have this set. And we'll be a little bit crowded over there, but I think we can make it work.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, we just have to work. Okay. Let's get these strapped.
I've actually done this before, but I can't remember how to do it.
It was like a long time ago, I just forgot.
Oh.
Oh.
These are newer, aren't they?
Yeah,
Okay.
these are a little bit off size, but they do work. Okay, so Gerard, I want you to take 2 notch. All right, everybody should take 2 notch pieces and a flat piece. So everybody hold up 2 notched and a flat. And it looks like one of those tragic comedy acts where the guy can't juggle. That's me. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to make the letter H. All right, we're going to practice making the letter H with the notches up and the flat piece in the middle. Okay, we're going to set our pieces down. Gerard, we're going to be a little bit tight for space, but have you set yours down this side, and I'm going to feed you parts from one end. So go ahead and just set them down. Everybody will do this, and then we'll combine pieces to make our bridges.
Does the hooks need to go a certain way?
The hooks will be facing down onto the carpet. That's a good question. All right, now that you have that, you made your letter H. Take another flat piece, everybody. Okay, I want you to put this flat piece under the hooks on one end. So just slide it under, you're gonna close off that end of an H, under those hooks. Okay, so now we're going to start building the arch. So I need you each to take 2 more, and it should be, the flat piece should actually be kind of with the wide part down on the carpet. Okay, good. Okay, everyone's got it. Everybody now take 2 more of these notched pieces. Okay, now I'm going to, I'll do it here as a demo. It might be a little bit, let me do it here from the space where I have. I'll do it this way.
Can you do it on top of the trunk?
No, I'll do it right here.
Okay.
This will work. But you should have, your H's you should have yours more out to the end. So I've got my flat part under those hooks. Now watch what I'm going to do with this, okay? I want the notch up. I'm going to lift the end of my H in the center, keeping it balanced. So take the end to lift it, okay? So that's it, lift the end up. And then you're going to take this guy and you're going to come in from behind. So slide it over the center bar of the H and put it in underneath the end flat piece. Okay?
No, he has it on the end.
Yeah, that's it, Trentia, that's right, Scylla, that's right. Yeah, you're gonna go, yeah, so Mike, you're gonna go this way, you're gonna come in like this, and you're gonna go under that way, yep. And now put one on the other side, okay? You put one on the other side. Now you've started the build of the arch, okay? All right, now what we're gonna do, and tell you what, Desi, let's have you move yours back a little bit, so Mike has a little more room, okay? There we go. I might feed you more parts so you can build at least a good part of the bridge by yourselves. Okay, so you got that. So Gerard, you're gonna take another flat piece. And you're gonna get 2 more notch pieces. And, okay. So now we take another flat piece and we go under either end, doesn't matter, we go under the hooks again, okay? Under we go, same as before. Okay, so just put it under the end. So every time you're gonna close an end off, okay? So I just closed off one end, I made this kind of hashtag now, right? I'm closing off one end of the hashtag under the very end, okay? So you're doing exactly what you did before. Okay, so go ahead and close off that end. Gerard's got it. Okay, Trencia's got it. Okay, Desi, let's have you get another flat piece here. Close off one end of your hashtag. Okay. All right, take 2 more notch pieces. Yeah, everyone should close off their end of the hashtag. Take 2 more notch pieces, and Mike, you want your flat piece with the wide part facing the carpet. You've got the narrow part. Okay, there you go. Just put it, yeah, just put the flat, yeah, the wider part should be touching the carpet. Okay, good. So take 2 more notch pieces. I think you know what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna take this and we're gonna do exactly the same thing again that we just did. Okay.
So it's almost like you're knitting the bridge together.
Right. So just repeat what you did. Come in from, it's easy to come in from behind, so Mike, actually gonna come in on this side, okay? So you're gonna lift this thing up here.
Okay.
Okay? Bring your notch piece in. It's always easy to come in from behind, because then you're not having to disturb anything. And let's get your other notch piece, and you'll put it in on the other side, okay? Come in from behind. Come in high, go like this, high to low. You hold on to it so your brain knows what we're doing, all right? Just like that, all right? Let's get this nice and even out. All right, that's good. Trentia, Scylla's got it right. Gerard,
Mr. Jacobs is here.
Jacob.
Hi, how are you, sir?
All right, we're gonna have you keep building this one right now, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so that looks good. Okay, so now what we do is we just keep going. Okay, everybody now has 3 links. So Gerard, I'm just gonna feed you parts. Just keep going till you get to about 9 or 11 links. So Jacob, nice to meet you.
His name's Darren, actually.
Darren?
This is his last name.
Oh, sorry. So we do this under those hooks. Okay, take 2 notch pieces. There's my samurai at the OK Corral. And we're gonna lift this in the center. Darren, is that right?
Yeah.
Darren, just hold on to it so you see what I'm doing. Coming in from behind. Right, I want you to do the other one on the other side. This is a little bit dangerous up here. That's it, and then we just repeat that, okay?
So do we want to move him to the floor? Or
Um,
is there enough room?
Nothing's gonna do it.
yeah, I think we're, okay, yeah, Gerard thinks we can build here,
So you
okay?
grab that and I'll grab this.
Okay.
and we'll
Do you
move
have a
it.
flat piece?
So just keep going. So now what you guys do is you keep going, and we'll have you all, I'm just gonna get out more parts and keep feeding you guys parts. That's okay, Mike, just keep trying. Okay, does he keep going? Trentia, very good. Now this is the problem, Scylla. What happens is they get a little bit off balance.
See how wide his is?
Very good, Trentia, that's exactly what you should be doing.
So then more towards the ends, like this.
Gotcha. So, and then scaffold in.
Yeah.
Yep, it's just like you're knitting it. And he said you're gonna wanna make it so you've got about 8 or so
have a space on this side, can I do
You
that?
can build on the other side, does not matter, yeah. But we might wanna do with yours, Trenchie, is kind of align it maybe more on this axis, you have a little more room. So if we're careful, if I help you pick it up, all right, we're gonna lift it and you're gonna, uh-oh, all right, well, we'll just rebuild, okay? Let's have you go this way, so you can keep going in that direction, okay? And I ripped your bridge, I broke it. You gonna be able to fix it? Okay, good. Yeah, Scylla's going very nicely.
So,
Okay, right.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
oh,
You're
you
doing
know,
fine. Just a little more care. Desi's got his going just the right way. So we wanna make sure that these guys,
And you always want to fix
Okay.
the wider side front.
let's try to keep the ends.
So, see how
Kinda
there's notches
even.
on the ends of
Okay.
the pieces there?
Yeah.
So you're gonna
All
lift
right,
that
there
up
you
and
go,
just
So
okay?
I think
lay
this
that
is
flat on the ground,
You say going back,
and
I'm
then
doing
just slide
this
it under.
You wanna go this way, okay?
from, so all the way.
Watch me. Hold on, keep holding on to it so you see what's happening, all right? We're gonna come in, rest this part on this guy, and lift this one up, and go under.
Oh.
All right, there you go.
Oh, goes there.
Goes there. All right, now do the one on the other side. Over here. You gotta do it on this side. Keep,
And
keep,
then
keep
how
the
you were
legs
lifting it
down,
up
okay?
before, that's what you wanna do with this.
All right,
So.
okay, keep going. And good, Scylla's helping Trentia, am I pronouncing that right now?
It's
The
Trentiana.
easiest way to do it.
Trent-
Trent and Tiana.
Trentiana.
Yes.
You're gonna.
I'll get it, I'm sorry. That's, I don't know what's happened to my brain this morning, but.
And then you pull it up a little more.
Okay, Desi, you're doing great.
So far, so good?
So far, so good. Yep.
Give me another like one of those
And
notch pieces.
so just, I'll get more parts. So you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're at 7 links, starting to look like an arch, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna get ourselves to,
What's the goal?
the goal is to get to about 13, okay? We might have to shift one of these a little over a bit so that there's room, okay?
Yeah.
No, it's.
You're doing fine? Gerard, you okay, or is it falling apart on you over there?
I was trying to tighten it up and my London Bridge fell down.
Yeah.
That's when it happens.
No.
Uh-oh, we already had a broken part.
That's what happens with
Alright, let's do it again.
kids,
Fun.
too.
It's gonna fall when you try to straighten it up.
But they'll be working in teams of two.
You know, I think it does help if you have another person like that holds onto it while you put another piece in. Okay, we can try.
All right, let's try again, okay. See what's going on over here, all right? You guys gonna start over? Okay, good.
And then,
And this model that you built here, Scylla, is looking pretty good, except your ends here aren't quite where we want them to be. There you go. So these notches should always be resting
You,
on the, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I broke it.
Where's?
Okay, we'll fix it.
So
Okay.
this on the other side here?
Yep.
you should get rid of 2 of those.
okay.
You have,
Uh-oh. All right, let's let this side down. Let's get these guys out. All right, there we go. All right. Now, Desi, you've got the picture of what we're trying to do. Okay?
Yep, and then.
Now,
and then piece under.
So, Mike,
Well, probably.
so you want to get this guy under these ends,
So,
okay?
you know, when you
We're gonna take these 2 notch guys,
now you're gonna lift this.
Do we put like a box underneath it?
and
This is where you start.
lift in the center. I'll help you a bit here. This is why teamwork is needed. And we're gonna go in like this, yep. Okay, now, upward bound members. Just so you know, there are only 3 people that can build this bridge to 15 links all by themselves. All 3 of them are women.
Cool.
Yeah,
I would've been
Right on.
fourth.
okay?
And so you just keep it in that.
Oh, that's smart, Desi. Yeah, then you split them apart. That
It
works.
doesn't really matter, to be honest.
Yep.
No, you have.
So you see how it's, you want to put another flat one on the end?
Just a bit of practice, I think I'd be all right at this. This is really great. You know what's really interesting about this? One of the reasons I wanted to do this, because I'm used, I know you're busy, I'm gonna keep you.
That's
I'm
fine.
used to dealing with words and images and things like that. This is very direct, you either get it or you don't. It's real black and white. No, it's really interesting because you kind of see where students are at, you kind of see like, if they can develop a skill like this, which they probably have anyway, but just with practice and muscle memory, you can learn how to do this.
Well, so actually, there's muscle memory to writing too.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
More stable that way?
So, anyway, here we go. Go ahead and put these guys in.
Am I doing this first?
Yeah, put that one under the end.
So-
Off you go. See, Trentiana. I did say it right this time. Trentiana. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Desi, you're at 8. That was looking good. Keep going.
Put the walls in.
Yeah. Let's see what's happening over here with
I don't wanna
Darren
mess it
and
up like they
Gerard.
were all doing so much.
Okay, Darren, that's looking right. That is good.
Flat. Oh, that's right, totally
Yeah.
forgot. Do you have a flap on that?
Let's keep, give ourselves a little more room on the ends. Go ahead, yeah, get this guy under. Now you're gonna lift this one in the center. Okay, now watch me, yeah. Well, I want you to hold on to it so your hand knows what I'm doing. You're gonna come in on that side, okay? Now let's do the other one, on the other side, exactly the same one. Mm-hmm. That's it, keep going. Yeah, okay? And then you just repeat. Then you repeat, just gonna back yourself off a little bit. Add another one and keep going. I'm sorry, Rob, what's
No,
that?
you're fine. No, he has put Humpty Dumpty back together.
That's okay, these things happen. Everybody has to kinda, figure it out. Everybody's brain and body work a little differently. That's it. And the way to do it-
I'm building like the rural bridge here, like out of the country, so I don't have to really use it very much.
Doesn't tilt.
That's
I think Desi's building like the inner city, or the city,
Good, excellent.
We're good.
Okay, that's what you want. And you keep going, okay?
Those young ladies, did they
Did
get
you make a
solo?
gigantic masterpiece?
Yeah, my first student did it by herself, Sadie,
Oh, look how
did
big
it
this
solo.
is. Oh.
She was working on the instructions,
Sadie.
she played with it, and said, Dr.
It's
Sadie,
hard not
they
to knock
got
it
built.
over.
Wow.
Of course, she was a 3-sport varsity athlete, in addition to
I think of it.
being an A- student in mechanical engineering. It's like, that's a combined skill set I don't have.
Right.
It's gonna go here. but I
Oh,
mean-
no, actually, hold on. That notch goes under here. And then this,
Okay, Tatiana,
it kind of rests like
you're
that.
sort of slipping.
So I just said, it's almost like you're knitting it together.
Under these notches every time you lift.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so we're lifting
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
That's it. Now,
And you
are
want
you
to
doing like
do it
theater
time.
tech or performance?
Performance, but
Performance?
I'm interested in costume.
In costuming, okay, yeah. Well, Louis Morris.
Well, I see where this is tricky, because the higher it gets, the easier it
Okay,
is.
he has a very
Yeah,
cool
each time
costume
it gets higher, it's gonna be harder to
collection.
not knock it over.
Got some, like,
Okay,
really
well, then here you
important
go.
historical costumes.
Think I got it then, Robin.
He obtained this collection as a gift.
You too, because you
And
need
so
to
it's
support
here at
it.
UNLV and it needs to be curated. He's been curating it. Very cool, yeah.
What's his name again?
Kavuras, K-A-V-O-U-R-A-S.
Here you go.
Louis Kavuras. He was chair of dance for a very long time.
Here you go.
All right, now I thought we were gonna get these little things, there we go, okay. You guys are doing well, okay? Now you guys can work together and do it to keep this building up, yeah. We'll try to get these notches to, no, no.
Yes, that'll be hard.
No.
I think mine's.
Okay. All right, keep going, looking good. Mike, that's looking good. So now just keep adding some pieces on, work on one
So I
end.
did this here, and then I do this on the other side as well?
You can work on one side only or alternate, whatever you want to do, whatever works best for you. I'm gonna go over and see how Gerard and Darren are doing. I'm gonna feed you more parts. Hey, Gerard, that's looking good. Okay, I'm gonna, get, oh, Robin's bringing parts. Thank you, Robin. Okay, there we go.
About out of space.
Yeah, you can get one over here. Darren, you're doing well. That's looking good. You're starting to see how the arch is coming out, right? Okay, good.
I don't know what I'm doing, I'm so happy.
And
Yeah,
Desi's
yeah,
got,
because
looked
I think
like
I'm
about
just
9/11. The arch is continuing to grow. We might have to sacrifice a couple bridges. I don't know if we can get either Darren or Gerard's bridge over here so they have
I'm
room.
useless at this, I'm not, I mean, unless it's a
Well, no,
cheerleader, but I mean,
Well, no, there's,
if they need help from me, I'm not gonna be able to help.
Tell you
No,
what,
there are two different lessons that we're doing.
Darren,
Yes, sir.
And then the other one.
let's see, once you get that in,
I mean,
we
there's
can
no shame
move
in
this
this, it's just
bridge
like,
and
there's
get you
space in
over on
place,
the
there's
other
space in
side,
place,
so that
metaphor.
you and.
You need my brother, he is a brilliant set of hands, he could make mincemeat out of this.
Well,
There you go,
the
keep going.
NASA
That's it.
landers,
Let it
remember
lock in.
when you
Okay,
were telling
that's
us,
good.
like, these are
This
like the
guy, don't
supplies.
let this
This
guy
is
here
what
has
it's
to
the purpose of a NASA
rotate in.
lander.
Okay, there it's locked in. It's like a
You
big
take
Lego
the supplies
set,
and you
okay?
create something.
There you go. Here's
I just
another
don't
one.
wanna
This is
defraud
why
any
we need
student showing up
teams.
in
It's
this
very
area.
hard for people to build this by
I mean, I think with
themselves.
some practice, I can figure this out, it's not
Alright,
totally
center
difficult,
down,
but
let it
just putting
rest
the
into
image,
those dots.
I don't have
Okay.
an image in
Good.
my mind of what this is supposed to look like at the end, so.
Okay.
That's
now-
how-
It's just a bigger version of that.
Let me take a chance with it.
Yes.
Are we gonna pull
we
the
missing
ends
pieces?
out, pull the ends
I mean,
towards you to make it
No.
Like some of the flat pieces?
lift it up?
Oh, well,
Oh,